Everybody, um, I wanted to make a video. This morning I woke up and, just had this overwhelming need to reveal what I know about Christ. Just, you know how in the mornings, if you have a habit of doing so, the whole pondering and meditating thing, it just seems like so many good things come. And this morning I had a wonderful experience, and I just wanted to make a video about that. I've been kicking around the idea of making a video about angels and demons. I know that's a heavy topic, but it's something that has been prevalent in my life, and that's kind of where I want to start. So I don't necessarily want to call this like a testimony, because I don't know if I like the connotation that has for probably anybody who listens to this. But what I do want to say is basically testimony. I want to reveal a little tiny piece of Jesus to you. I grew up in a little town in Idaho, dirt poor, super dirt poor. I mean, to the point where my mom made my clothes, and my clothes, since I was the oldest girl, became the other two girls' clothes. And I know that sounds like it should have been my mom's generation, but that's how my mom grew up too. So we grew up dirt poor. I recall for some reason, and I was just too little, I was in kindergarten to really know why this was happening, but I recall us going through a period of time where the only thing that we had to eat was something called cornmeal mush, and something else that my mom made that was, cornmeal mush, and something my mom made called gruel. And that's basically what we had to live on for a little while. That is a fond memory that I have. I mean, I'm so grateful that I had food, but that was, I remember that just being a really tough time. Anyhow, that's not the point. The point was, the point that I'm trying to get to is that my dad came into the relationship with my mom with some pretty heavy baggage. Not only abuse and other things from his family, which my mom had also, but because they were both really poor and lived in kind of bad circumstances in many ways. Anyhow, and my dad brought some things into his marriage and his life and to our lives that were not good. And because of that, of his choices, there was evil. That's the only way I can say it without being weird. Evil in my house. True, maleficent evil. And I was a very sensitive child to that sort of thing. My dad, from a very young age, noticed that adults wanted to talk to me and took notice of me and told me all of their secrets. I mean, I remember being very young, maybe 9 or 10, and my aunt, who was in a really bad marriage, actually 2 of my aunts were in kind of hard marriages, and they would talk to me about them. And my parents always talked to me about their relationship, and I just had one of those. Anyhow, I was sensitive, and I had a love for people, even as a small child, and an understanding and a willingness to listen to them, which I have children, and that is not normal at all. I have a 10-year-old, and I'm positive that he doesn't even know other people are on this planet unless they bug him. So, anyhow. So, because of this sensitivity, I was aware that there was some really evil things going on in my house, and that those evil things were drawing other evil things. And I mean, we're talking to the point of not just me feeling them, but me seeing them, and me being tormented by them. And I have adrenal gland problems to this day, that I have not that I have not corrected those habits, even though I feel like all of that is relieved, and I don't spend my life in terror. But my body has been imprinted upon, and it's only been in the last year that I feel like really my body is recovering from that. And I wish that I could say it recovered in a blink of an eye, because I had that much faith, but that isn't exactly what was in the plan for me. That the recovery of that has also been a test that I've appreciated. But anyhow, I don't want to go on for a million years. I feel like I already have. My point is that I spent a lot of time as a child in hell, to be blunt. And terrified. And from a very early age, I realized that I had somebody protecting me. When I was brave enough to think outside of my fear. And that person was Jesus. He sent me messengers, and I have not said this to any group of people. I have only told this to very select and special people, but angels, and himself. He visited me many times in my dreams, and I don't even know how to describe the relief that comes from being in hell and being tormented, not because you have sin. You know, I was 3 years old, 4 years old, but because there's just evil. And my rescuer was Jesus. He has been my best friend my whole life. And I know for a fact that if I had not had those terrible experiences of the very depths of hell, that he couldn't have shown himself to me when I was that little. But he did. And I just want people to know that even if torture comes every single day, that every single day there is relief. Even if your circumstances, your own brain, your fears, your desires for things that you can't have because you don't think you're worthy, your insecurities, your mistreatment from other people, those things can be thick around you, but Jesus has the power to cut through all of that and to let you know that you're loved. He will do it if you want him to. If you're willing to allow him the space to do it, he will do it. All those nightmares and terrors and waking nightmares that I grew up with, they set me on a course that has brought me to a knowledge of Jesus in a way I don't think the people that I live around have. I am certain that there are many millions of people who know exactly what I'm talking about because they've been to hell. And I'm not talking about the people who have a summer home in hell. I'm talking about the people who were dragged there by their hair. And I know that there are not a lot of people around me right now that have been there. But maybe they have, just not in the same way. Maybe they have a summer home there. Maybe they take themselves there on purpose. And maybe they'll see this video and realize, or maybe they'll realize beforehand, I don't want to go to hell anymore. And maybe they can see this video and know that they absolutely don't have to spend another second there if they don't want to. That even when you are there, you don't have to be there. That Jesus can literally put a shield around you of love and just himself. And make whatever place you're in different than what it is. He truly is the light of the world, the light of every single cell of our bodies. And he has rescued me thousands of times. And I want you to know that he loves you and will rescue you as well.